Part 1, Chapter 11 of Introduction to the Devout Life. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Dylan P. Straub. Introduction to the Devout Life by St. Francis de Sales. Part 1, Chapter 11, Third Meditation, on the Gifts of God. Preparation. 1. Place yourself in the presence of God. 2. Ask Him to inspire your heart. Considerations. 1. Consider the material gifts God has given you, your body, and the means for its preservation, your health, and all that maintains it, your friends and many helps. Consider, too, how many persons more deserving than you are without these gifts, some suffering in health or limb, others exposed to injury, contempt, and trouble, or sunk in poverty, while God has willed you to be better off. 2. Consider the mental gifts He has given you. Why are you not stupid, idiotic, insane, like many you wot of? Again, God has favored you with a decent and suitable education, while many have grown up in utter ignorance. 3. Further consider His spiritual gifts. You are a child of His church. God has taught you to know Himself from your youth. How often has He given you His sacraments? What inspirations and interior light, what reproofs He has given to lead you aright. How often He has forgiven you. How often delivered you from occasions of falling. What opportunities He has granted for your soul's progress. Dwell somewhat on the detail. See how loving and gracious God has been to you. Affections and resolutions. 1. Marvel at God's goodness. How good He has been to me, how abundant in mercy and plenteous in loving kindness. O my soul, be thou ever telling of the great things the Lord has done for thee. 2. Marvel at your own ingratitude. What am I, Lord, that thou rememberest me? How unworthy am I? I have trodden thy mercies under foot. I have abused thy grace, turning it against thy very self. I have set the depth of my ingratitude against the depth of thy grace and favor. 3. Kindle your gratitude. O my soul, be no more so faithless and disloyal to thy mighty benefactor. How should not my whole soul serve the Lord, who has done such great things in me and for me? 4. Go on, my daughter, to refrain from this or that material indulgence. Let your body be wholly the servant of God, who has done so much for it. Set your soul to seek Him by this or that devout practice, suitable thereto. Make diligent use of the means provided by the Church to help you to love God and save your soul. Resolve to be constant in prayer and seeking the sacraments, in hearing God's word, and in obeying His inspirations and counsels. Conclusion. 1. Thank God for the clearer knowledge He has given you of His benefits and your own duty. 2. Offer your heart and all its resolutions to Him. 3. Ask Him to strengthen you to fulfill them faithfully by the merits of the death of His Son. Our Father, etc. Gather the little spiritual bouquet. End of Part 1, Chapter 11.